Hey guys, hello everybody. I hope you can hear and see me good as always. Please as always let me know if there are any issues with the sound or what you can see. Today you should hear a little bit of background music, so please let me know about if this is working. Hey guys, hey JW, hey JD, you brothers? Yes, you can hear it. Okay, great. Also, if it's too loud compared to the microphone, I'm still trying to adapt this to find some good settings that we all can work and enjoy the live coding. No relation. Okay, sorry, JD. So maybe you have another brother. Hey, Antoine van Rensburg. Hey, nice to have you here as well. Okay, so let me bring in some code here. No, that's just me. Here we go. All right, so yeah, welcome everyone. If there are any new people here, welcome to this project I'm building here. Let me give you a quick overview of what we are building here. So the platform is called Refactoring PHP, and it will be a platform where people can provide code snippets and other users can comment on those snippets and provide refactored versions of the snippet. So one might code this one way, but the other one might code it another way. And as always, there are different ways to refactoring. You can make it simpler, you can make it more beautiful, you can make it better to maintain, you can make it more abstract. So there are a lot of variations on how your refactored code could look like. And I hope with this platform we can share some different opinions about code and examples and exchange our knowledge. Hey, Prasad, I hope I pronounced this correct. Nice to have you here too. And this is our beautiful platform so far. We didn't tackle yet the designer. I'm pretty sure in the next video we're going to try to give the platform a design, but it's working. We can have a new code snippet and we can provide some code. Let me just check here for a class. So here I'm entering a class. I think we also made it that we can format the class. So let's submit this and let's check this out. Okay, this looks good. Okay, it seems this class wasn't formatted, so we maybe need to check about this, but that's basically what you can do right now. Create a code snippet, entering here, and then you can see it here, and we also have some simple highlighting for our code. Hello, I'm Nan. Nice to have you on Twitch too. So I'm not sure if you've been watching the last time, but last time we were tackling the code formatting, and I'm currently wondering why it didn't work here, because this is something that should have been formatted, because that's not how we want our code to be. And I think we did this the last time, but let's start by checking our tests, if all our tests are running correctly. Okay, it seems they are working. All right. Then let's give this another try. So let's copy this. Good afternoon, Thinkwers. Nice to have you too. So we're currently trying to figure out why the formatting, which we did the last time, seems to be not working. So this should go to the next line here. So this should be something that gets formatted, and I think probably the same with this. And maybe let's get rid of some indentation here. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, no, it looks like it's not working. Okay, that's interesting, because I thought we make this work the last time, but let's give it a look. So let's go back to our code snippet test, which is a Livewire component. And here we have some. Yeah, okay, our test seems to be running, and here we should have a test. I just changed a few of my shortcuts, so I'm wondering why they are not working. Let me just will quick get in my latest settings. Maybe I don't have to change the version here. PHP Storm settings. I think that's one from today. Nope. This one. Okay, well, this is the correct one modified today. So let's give this a try. Okay, I need to restart it. Let's give it a second. And let's see why this is not working. Yeah, in the meantime, what I can show you, yeah, I've been struggling the last times to make it work to get some background music to the stream. Because it's a little bit difficult, because since the input channel is my microphone, but I also want to provide some background music like from my music app, I needed to get this application which is called Loopback, and we are now creating here this I think it's called a virtual device. So this means this is now a new device combined of my microphone and of the music app, and this way we can have like one input that we can pass to StreamYard for our stream. So that's pretty nice. Okay, let's get back to our project. Music is high, bro. Hi, man. I hope this is something good. I hope so. Yeah, as always, if you have any questions of what we are doing, the code, if you have any feedback, just write a comment, and I'll try to give a look at the comments every now and then. So, okay, seems now this is working. So here in our Livewire component test, we're making sure that we store the code snippet, that it gets to the database, that it shows the given code snippet. Name fields required, content fields required. Okay, so this is not where we're testing our formatter class. And now that I spoke about it, we have this code formatter test. So what we're doing here is we're checking if our code gets formatted. And we're doing this by using PHP CS Fixer. So if you haven't been here in the last stream, yeah, we have to run this shell command here to execute PHP CS Fixer. And before we have stored our code snippet into a temporary file so that we can run this command, and then we get back the file's content, and then we delete the file again. And this is how we were able to format the code snippets. Okay, yeah, it's a bit loud, so let's decrease. Okay, it's now 13%. Let me know if this is better with the background music. And I need to see the stream here on my right monitor. Okay, perfect. So, yeah, let's go back to our test now. So we have here now our new formatter class. We are getting the comment of the wrong formatted snippet, and then also having here the correct one. Then we're running our formatter class, and then we're checking if they are equal, the new one with the correct one. And maybe let's also check out those snippets. Here we have them. So that's the correct one. And let me check the wrong one. Okay, so here we are actually doing exactly the same. So the curly brace is here on the wrong line. And that's why I'm wondering why it's not working for our example here when we do it inside the browser. So let's give this another try. Yeah, so here we can see that it's not working like expected. And let's create another one. So I think this is also something that we have tried to make work the last time. So yeah, now this curly brace is also on the wrong line, and let's also add some space here. Okay, let's see what's happening here. Okay, as you can see, this is also not working. Okay, that's interesting. So what is happening here and why is our task passing? So that's the first thing that I want to check now. Code formatter test. Let me see about the wrong one. Maybe let's do it here as well. And now let's see if our tests still passing. So that's the one. Okay, now we see an error. Let me try to see what's happening here. Is no such file or directory. Okay, it seems like he's not finding PHP-CS fixer. But let me check again what I changed. So okay, we have this cache file from PHP-CS fixer, and I changed this. Maybe let's get back with all the changes and let me see if this error still is something that we'll see now. So okay, so this was just due to the change that I did in the test. All right, but I'm pretty sure our error should still remain here. Let's try it out. We should have here now 2 test snippets, number 3. And yeah, okay, this is still failing. So how can we check this? Okay, the first thing I can think of is create a new example file here. So let's call it test.php. And let's pass in here our class. So that's the same, yeah. So that's wrong here. And maybe this curly brace as well. Okay, now let's try to run this from the command line. So PHP-CS fixers, fix example, and that is one. This one is called test. Using cache file, okay. I'm not sure if the cache is anything that I should be aware of, if this could be a problem. Okay, but let's check this out again. Okay, this seems to be working, yeah. Okay, so this means PHP-CS fixer seems to be working. So what I now like to do is I want to debug it inside our formatter class. Here, so it seems like this is not working or not being run. So what we can do now is we can get the output. I always forget about what this is, but yeah, I think that's the thing that you have to put in after the comment to receive the output as well. So let's just dump it out here and see what we get as a result here. Okay, interesting. So that's the same error we have seen before. So when the bin phpcs fixer, no such file or directory. Okay, so it's not finding phpcs fixer. Okay, the first thing that I could try is to use the full path here. So base path, vendor bin phpcs fixer. I think like this. That's where we get the directory. Then we're adding phpcs fixer and then the file path. Okay. JD testing is being done with PHP unit. Yeah, that's correct. PHP unit only so far. We maybe introduce some other frameworks if we need on the go, but I started this project just going as simple as I can and just providing more complex stuff if needed. This way I can concentrate on the first MVP of this product. So here we go. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Composer detected issue in your platform. Your composer dependencies. Okay, I've seen this before. I think this is connected to Composer 2. But as you see, he thinks that I'm running PHP 7.3. But actually, I'm running PHP 8. Yeah, so it should be PHP 8. Okay, let me copy this here. Composer issue detected. Your composer require version. Okay. So I think there is one thing. Hello, Mr. Beganovic. Nice to have you here too. I hope I remember correctly was Benjamin, right? I hope so. Hello, Benjamin. Currently facing this composer error. And I remember there's something in my composer file where I can switch this check off. So I don't know why he thinks I'm using PHP 7.3. But yeah, I think this is what I was looking for. So I can disable a platform check. Okay, hello Adrian. And ThinkWorks already has an idea. That's the issue with having multiple versions of PHP on your machine, if I'm not mistaken, like a local pre-installed version. Okay, so yeah, this could be, I think the local pre-default version could be 7.3. Here I had the issue before, and Adrian, ignore platform requirements. What do you mean by this? Do you mean also this? What I was trying to do, because I was trying to disable this check in my composer file. Or if there's something else, let me know, Adrian. Okay, I don't know. This composer ignore platform requirements for a single run. So is this connected to this platform check? Is this the same? Ignore platform requirements. Let me just give this a look now, because I'm now curious. Composer. Ignore platform. So ignore all platform requirements. PHP enforced installation even if the local machine does not fulfill these. Okay, I see. Okay, so this means this would then, if I run this now one time, it should be just for this application. So let's give this a try as well, if this also solves it before we try something different. Okay, this doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, it's interesting because it now says that I have PHP 7.4 and the last time it was 7.3. Okay, let's try this one now. So okay. Did I? Let me check again. GNOME platform does not exist. Okay, so it's, do I have to use it with an update? Okay, let me check this. Composer config GE. Okay, so it seems this is my global composer config. No, I'm not using Laragon. So you mean this should give me the arguments? Install. So should I add it to the composer install? Okay, these are the files that weren't deleted because of our tests. Let me just check what we have changed now. Inside our composer file. So, okay, that's just a platform check that I added. Okay, I think that's the problem from before. I probably added it with true and we have to set it false. So let's give this another try. Okay, this looks much better now. So let's get rid of all these. Let's migrate our database again. So we only have our test snippets. Oh, I still need to register in order to add a snippet. Here we go. And let's bring in here our class again. So yeah, with the wrong curly brace, let's add it. Oh, I forgot to get rid of the dump. Like this, okay. And here we go. No. Okay. Just to make sure I give it another try. Nope, still not working. Let me check, we have some comments. Okay, that's the one I did. Okay, maybe I need to update. Okay, I can try this as well. You can check what platform composer thinks you are. Okay, I'm interested what Composer thinks I am. So Composer show. Okay, here's the PHP 8. See a lot of extensions. Okay, but basically this looks good to me. So that's the version, Benjamin, that I'm using. And yeah, that's the one that I installed with Homebrew on my new Mac. So this must be PHP 8. So, but now I'm wondering why this is still not working. Let's try this now with update. I'm not sure if this should change anything. This is now just some basic trial and error. All right, let's give this another try. Just to make sure I'm clearing everything out. Test code snippet. So, and just to make sure, I'm going back here and bring in my dump. Just dd. Okay. Okay, the output is null. This means it should work. But we had the same before, and it did not work. Let me also bring in here the output. So the output of the comment. And let's give this another try. Okay, so again, it's not finding PHP CS fixer. Okay, let's see about this. Where is PHP? This too. Okay, this seems like this is the other PHP, like the default one from my machine. And the Composer was saying requirement was PHP 7.4, but though he was running PHP 3, guessing Composer was running the shell execute via user bin and not the homebrew. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Composer was saying. So, okay, so why is... okay, that's the thing that we did before we added the base path here. So let's do this again. Window bin to have the full path. Okay, let's try it out again. Okay, this seems better now. But I'm still not convinced if we have really solved this already. So refresh this, test. Let's bring in our snippet, make sure it's the wrong one here. Let's submit it. Okay. I think it was still just... okay, so it means... Let me think about what this means. So if I haven't used the full path, it was failing, but it was also bringing in another error about PHP. So I'm not sure why we ran into this. So client is 8. What is FPM? It should be 8 too. So what's the easiest thing to check this? I think by returning PHP info, right? Is there any better way to do this? Let me try to do this in, well, let's go to my coach. Let's maybe go to the controller. A home page and just return, I think it's PHP info. PHP info. I think it was PHP info. Correct me if I'm wrong. PHP 8, yeah, so it's PHP 8 here too, so I think it must be the same version. This Benjamin thing, I usually manage those with a symlink between path to homepro and user local PHP. Okay. Pretty sure shell execute was running via the pre-installed one, and composer complains via the auto loading. So shell execute was running the pre-installed one, yeah. So it seemed it was running this one, but then again, we ran into, but then somehow it wasn't finding PHP CS fixer at all. And now with the global path, it seems to be working now. So it seems like the error was not consistent with me. Yeah, so that's a good point. Xerial, not sure if this is your name. So yeah, we were talking about this in the last episode as well. So actually it's the first time that I'm using shell execute, and it's also something that I try not to use because yeah, it could be a security issue. Because if you have anyone else gets into the string that gets passed to our formatter, let me just bring this in here. So that's the string that we are passing to the shell execute command. And yeah, if anyone is able to modify what's getting into here, then of course we have a big security issue. And yeah, we didn't find any good solution to run PHP CS fixer differently just from using the shell execute command. And since we are passing most of the string in ourselves, so the only viability could be this path here. And yeah, I also don't think that there's an easy way for someone to hack this and bring in here any code that we don't want to run. So yeah, as I said, I'm also not a big fan of using it, but I think this way it's not that big of a security issue. Okay, yeah, let's try this out. So let's see what PHP we're using. So we want to know which version is being used by the shell execute command. Okay, yeah. So you guys were right. We are using a different PHP version with the shell execute command. Okay, so why is this the case? You're welcome, Xera. As always, if you have any questions or any feedback, just write a comment, and we're always happy to discuss and provide different thoughts on different subjects. So that's why I'm here, and hopefully you too, so that we can share our experience and what we've learned. So so shell execute is running, it's using a different PHP. I have no idea. Let's just Google it. Shell execute this different PHP version. Let's see what we find. How do I change the PHP version my shell uses? No, I think that's not what I want. This is a little bit older, and it's just the execute command. Not sure if this could help me. There's also no answer here. Long version of PHP is used when called from a script. Okay, this is old. Is this even using shell execute? No, it's not. So it's something else. Yeah, so Adrian, I think which PHP should give us the default one? Oh, that's null. Okay, that's interesting. So why is this null? Okay, so it seems like where shell execute is running, I don't know where it's running, which PHP is not working. But this still gives us the wrong one. Okay, so I still have no idea. Shell execute, wrong PHP version. Maybe this is better. Doesn't seem like this is something people have running into that often. Not many comments here. So let me see if there are any suggestions here ready from you. Then set the PHP version for the user. What do you mean by this? For my shell user or for my Mac user account? I'm not really sure. What do you mean here, Adrian? You can clarify this. In the meantime, I'm trying to see if I find something else here. Let me check this again. I'm using blah, blah, when I do which terminal, I get the following correct path. Okay, I still don't get it. So from the web server, we still made sure that we're using PHP 8, but somehow shell execute is still running something else. So what are you using? Shell execute who am I to see what user run PHP. Then set the PHP version for the user. Okay, so I can set a PHP version for a specific user. Okay. Yes, when we think about it, it should definitely be just a problem for my local development and probably not a problem when we deploy it. Shall execute who am I to see what user run PHP. As Benjamin saying, so it has nothing to do with shell execute or exec. Default PHP version on your system is 7.3 because the priority goes. Okay. So maybe this Xerial is talking about the same here. So this means I can probably change this in my path. And then it should be different. Could this be? Homebrew is last, that's why it doesn't work. right. Let me bring up my dot files here. Where do I have my path? Oh, let's just echo it out first. So I always forget how I do this. I think it's echo path. So here we have the homebrew bin path. And which was the other one? Use a local bin, etc. Okay, this is... So for me it's... For me it seems this homebrew is still before. Is this the correct one? Homebrew bin, homebrew bin. What do we have before this node? Okay, Jen, let's try this. Oh, of course, I do this in my code. Who am I? So let's see which user is operating here. Me. For your user, it's fine. For system level, isn't. That's why a PHP v returns 8. So I'm not sure, Benjamin, do you agree with Adrian? So, yeah, Adrian, you don't even work on a Mac, but still Linux, so maybe you still know it after all. So why did we even started looking into this? So I think the code and the test were working, so we made it work by using the global one, but we just noticed that shell execute is running PHP 7.3. So I'm just wondering if I really want to try now to fix this, because it doesn't seem that it's that easy to do. Maybe it is, but I don't know. Or if I should just leave it for now, since it seems everything is working so far, and I can look into that later. So yeah, maybe let's, if you have a good suggestion now, maybe I can still try it, but if not, I'm going to move on. Yeah, that's where I've been here before. That's my path file, and here I'm going to set my path, and here I'm going to add all the parts of my path file. So I don't see, I'm not sure if Homebrew is adding it itself while I was installing it, because I don't see here. Yeah, so I think I will keep it for now, and let's go back to the code. Yeah, again, if you have a good solution, just write about it, but I'm not sure right now if I want to go and make this work, because yeah, we're already in almost an hour and we didn't even start it yet. So that's pretty funny. Yeah, so okay, Let's get rid of this. Let's again make sure that all of our tests are working. Okay, this looks good. We only have some skipped ones, and one last time, make sure that this is working. And then we can move on to the actual topic of today. But yeah, that's real life. Yeah, you plan to do a feature, but then you see something else is not working. And yeah, that's what I also like about live streaming. It's just, yeah, live and real. Okay, let's edit. And okay, it seems it's working now. Okay, so let's leave the PHP shall execute topic for now. And let's try to go back to what we actually want to do today. Yeah, you know, famous streamers, they have like this stream decks with lots of buttons and things like that. So maybe if I ever get one of those decks, I'll add a button. So one to make some applause for Adrian, another one to mute him, or yeah, mute his comments. But no, as always, Adrian, I'm glad you're here and always happy for your solutions and also for the others. So thanks again. And yeah, so here. So last time we made code formatting work. So we have made this through running this shall execute command. But it's not working perfectly. So we can format code, but invalid code works too. So what I mean by this is, let me show this to you. If I just pick up this here, for example, so an invalid HTML PHP class. Yeah, like this. It still gets added. And yeah, last time we were talking about how we're going to deal with this, because yeah, we don't want invalid PHP code in there, but it's not so easy to go about it. So the first thing that I wanted to do is, I gave this a look today in the morning, was checking the PHP CS fixer exit codes. So with every shell command, you have exit codes, and there are also ones for PHP CS fixer. Where do we have them? So, and what I thought is, if the code is invalid, PHP CS fixer can't fix it, and there's probably an exit code to check for. And then if the exit code is 99, which is invalid code, for example, I could return this to the user and show a message. But then I found out, okay, there's only 0 for OK and 1 for general error for PHP minimal requirements not matched. And then I thought, okay, maybe this could be the error. But it turns out this is not working. So every time I tried it, I always get 0 back. And in the meantime, I also added an issue. I'm not sure if someone already replied to it. Nope. No reply to this yet, where I asked PHP CS fixer if this should be the case, or because yeah, for me it seems like it's a bug, so it's not working as I want it to be. But this would have been pretty cool, because then I could just use the PHP CS fixer. If the code is not valid, I could return this back to the user and show him just and that there was an error with the code, and please check it again. So Benjamin says, maybe because you suppress the output. Suppressed output will always return 0. Okay, so what do you mean by suppressed output? Do you, So is this suppressing the output? Is this what you mean? So I tried it with and without, and yeah, I never got back what I want. Or maybe, yeah, we can check it out together if you want to, guys. So let's dump this out and let's put in some invalid code. And let me check how. Oh wait, no, it's much easier to do this in the console. So let's bring up our console here. Okay, def dash null and quiet are suppressors. Okay, so it means they're suppressing the output. Let's add here another example file. And by the way, I just want to make sure that I'm committing the one thing we changed about the comment which made it work. Was just I think it was just the base path that we were adding. So let's just commit this. Okay, so yeah, back to our test file. So let's add a new file. Let's pass in here our class. Yeah, and let's keep it like this. So that's now an invalid class, and PHP CSS Fixer can't format it. So window bin PHP CSS Fixer examples test. So what I do now is run this. Files that were not fixed due to an error. Okay, so it's telling me about this. And then I think, yeah, so that's what I want. Echo $ should give me back now the status code. Tell me if I'm wrong, but that's how I Googled it and what I found to get the status code of the last comment. And yeah, here it gives me 0 back. Yeah, okay, so Benjamin has the same opinion to get this. And your comment invalid CSS fixer possible. Okay, so this is strange, right? Because this seems like an error and we still get 0 back. So as it points out here, it's for a general error or PHP minimal requirement match. So I'm not sure what this means in detail and what they are checking. But for me, it should be, of course, something like this where also PHP CSS Fixer is telling me already that we are having an error here. So yeah, for me, it seems this is not working correctly. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you this. If you have an idea what we can do about this, maybe we could try it, but I think I also found a different solution of what we could do. So greater and equals 1 is technical error runtime. Okay, so that's bigger or equals to 1. So, but still I should get 1 back because, right? Yeah, so that's what I've been trying to. So I can do a dry run. And now I get something else back. So I've tried this before. So this is some files have invalid syntax. Okay, so let me think. So does this mean, okay, maybe Adrian, this is good. Maybe I could run this before, see if we have a syntax error. If we have, I send it back to the user with an error message. If not, and then I run it. So I think this could be a solution. Okay, yeah. In this case, okay, it makes sense. I just think it would be nice to have a way to find out if there was, if a file was changed, if the file was not changed, if it was invalid, and things like that. So if this is not how you would use the exit codes, then it's okay. But yeah, then it would be nice to have a different solution, because yeah, it's nice to get some output here and see if it was wrong or not. Yeah, okay, so I think that it, yeah, okay, I can imagine that it makes sense this way. It's just not helpful to my case now. So that's what I'm now interested in. So yeah, that's what I want. So I think first, yeah, like I said, we maybe first check it and then we fix it. Okay, let me think if there are any disadvantages to this. So we get the number 4 back if some files have invalid syntax. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, right? Yeah. Okay, let's give this a try. So let me just see what we have here in our stage. We could get rid of the test file, can get rid of the storage files, and we also modified the composer file. So let me check the composer file, what we changed here. So we changed this from true to false. So currently I'm not sure if this changed anything for us, but I will leave it in for now. Disable platform composer check. Okay, let's commit this. And now let's get rid of the rest. Let's make sure that still everything is passing, and then we try to write a test for what we're going to do. Okay. Yeah, so that's also something that I thought about yesterday. So for all the things we're already using, and that there is not much that you find about this. So it tells me maybe we could write a little package to do this. So yeah, so maybe we do this in one of the next sessions and write together a little package for this, because yeah, I think this could be helpful to others too. All right, so where and how do we want to test this? Let me think. So I think the first thing how I would want to test this is inside our format class. So this one here. And here I want to test that we throw in an exception. So I think I want to throw an exception if the code is invalid. So let's go to our code formatter test here. It formats the code, it deletes the file. Okay, so let's create a new test here. It throws exception for invalid code. Okay, so let me think again. What's the best way to test that we throw an exception and know that there is something in the doc block that I can say, but I think there's also a PHP unit test method for this. So let's copy this here. How do we want to start? So of course need our formatter class. But then I need to get some wrong snippets. So I think in this case I could easily provide it through a string, right? So this will be in our acting phase. I think it should be even enough if I just provide something like this. Okay, so let me see, is there something to a certain exception? I think expect exception. Okay, so I think that's something that I have to write then before this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think I changed a few of my shortcuts on the weekend, which I'm preparing for my PHP Storm video course, and since then I'm having a little bit of troubles remembering the new shortcuts. So, but I think this is, so this way we are making our assertion before the acting, and probably how would we call this? So invalid code exception. Do we provide here just a class? I think so. So probably something like this. Let me check just the comments. On the other hand, people like gundog run all this shift stuff in isolation Docker to not even give people options to break into the system. Yeah, true too. Yeah, same opinion here. All right, so yeah, let's just run it and see if it works like this. Okay, this exception was not being thrown. So let's try to throw it. So let's get back to our code formatter class. So before we run the fixer, check for invalid code. So what does this mean? We're running the same, but we are using dry run now. So please help me out here again. So quiet makes sure that we don't get the output of which is like the success message or which file was fixed. And now this makes sure that we get the output or the exit code from this command, so that if as a result here. Is this right? Maybe you can help me with this. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. And we should get back here the exit code. I think so. And then don't we have any fancy that will help us throw if? I think that's the one. if section code equals 4, and then the exception, which we don't have yet. So invalid code exception. There's a similar one from PHP, right? And then we could provide some parameters, but I think we don't need right now. So our exception. Let me check if there is a comment for this. Okay, so Laravel IDEA provides us a comment for this as well. So HTTP exception. Is this a HTTP exception? Yeah. What would be the other exceptions? Maybe a console exception? So, okay, what's different? Okay, let's just try it out and see what we get. So I think it should be an HTTP exception. Okay, no, maybe it's not an HTTP exception. So let's use the other one. It's one inside exceptions here. So invalid code exception. All right. Let's import this one. And unhandled throwable. Okay, that's fine for now. Okay, let's get back to our test. Let me see if I can run it from here. I think there's a shortcut to run it from here. Yeah, okay. Failed asserting that exception of type invalid code exception is thrown. Okay, so it's not thrown yet. So let's see why. Maybe let's just start by trying to see if we get the exit code. We probably don't get it back right now. So okay, we get null back. So let's think about. Yeah, I'm still not sure, but I think this is correct in order to get the exit code. I'm not sure if this conflicts with this. The class is not imported to the test. Okay, that's something good to know. Thank you. The name exercial. Let's run it again. Okay, but it doesn't change that we get null back from our format class here. So from the exit code. So let's check again what we are passing to our test. I'm pretty sure this should be invalid. Let's see what happens if I remove this here. Okay, so this is the output, okay, which we don't want. Okay, so quad, I think, is still something that we should keep here. Why don't we get the output code? Okay, I think I know what it is. So let me just try this. I think shall execute is not capable of returning the exit code. I think you need to use exit instead of this. So I think command array and then the result code. I think that's what we need. So this would be the output. And here would be the exit code. Let's give this a try. Okay, is this better? We get 0 back. It's actually not what we wanted. Okay, just to make sure we don't have a problem with the test snippet that we provide, let's create one and test it first in the console itself. So invalid code snippet snippet.php invalid code snippet, and let's pass in here this. I think that's fine. And now let's run this again. Examples, test, try run. Examples, test PHP is not readable. Why is it not readable? Oh, it's not called test, of course. So we change this. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so this should work with this snippet. So next, let's try this in our test as well. Base path tests invalid code snippet PHP. All right, let's run it again. Okay, this looks better now. Okay, so what was different now? I think maybe that all was in one line. Let's see if we can make this work as well. So normally it should be a line break here. So maybe like this, and then class test. And of course we need to close this. Okay, so here we still get this back. I'm not really sure. It should still be invalid code. Okay, thanks, Adrian. Good point. If we don't have PHP, it's of course not working. Yeah. Okay, so this means this should work as well. Okay, perfect. Thanks for your eyes again, helping me out a lot. And all right, so this means now inside our code formatter, we should get this, we should throw this now, and our test should pass now. Okay, that's pretty cool. So this means we are now throwing an exception. This is a good thing. Yeah, so that's it. I've seen this before. So if there's no opening PHP tag, PHP CS fixer just doesn't do anything with the file. All right, so all of the tests should still pass. Okay. Nope, let's see which one is failing here. Okay, interesting. So let's see what we're doing here. It deletes the temp file. Okay, of course, now he's complaining because, yeah, this is not valid PHP code. So I think if we change it to this, it should work again. Yeah. So let's run them again. And this looks better now, all green. Okay, so we have now made sure that when we run the code formatter class, the format method, that we throw an exception if the code is invalid in the terms of what PHP CS Fixer thinks it is invalid. But for us, that's fine. So the next step would be to test that we show an error message to the user. Oh, so you're running PHP 8 result. Ah, okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I've never used this new syntax before. So how do I do this? I need to provide the key somehow, right? So I think it wouldn't work like this. No, of course it wouldn't. So let me see, do I have a PHP shortcut for this? Okay, sorry guys, I have to Google this. PHP, what is it called? Named attributes? Named arguments. Of course, it's brand, which we find. Okay, so I have to provide the key and then colon. Yeah, I've never done it, never used this before, but it's a good idea to do now. So what's this called? First is the comment. Do I always have to look this up? Let me check for a second what PHP we have set here, because I'm not really sure if he thinks we're using. Okay, that's interesting. So PHP also thought we're using PHP 7.4. So this could also be connected to the problem we had before. So let me see if there is now. Okay. Is this what I want? Add name identifier result code. All right. So I can get rid of this. Add name identifier comment. Yeah, I like it. I think it's a good idea if we can get rid of those. Okay, argument name. Okay, so I could leave the snippet because it's the first argument, but I could also provide it like this. Okay, thanks, guys. So yeah, it seems. Let's try this out in our code file. So yeah, it seems I haven't set this. Okay, so it's just PHP 8 here. Is he complaining here? PHP CS Fixer. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with this. All right. So let's check again. Everything is still working. I only need to add the named arguments. For arguments that's later, you don't need to add it to all. It's especially used to select which arguments you want to add and skip the filter. Okay, the filler. Okay, makes sense. So I think I still think I would prefer to use it for all if I use them, but it's good to know that I could use it just for the ones that would come later in the order. All right, okay, now we want to write another test, and this would be for our code snippets component test. Here we have this one. So here we're checking if we store the code snippet to the database, that it shows given code snippets, content field is required, it formats the content. So here we have some kind of validation methods, and now we want to check that we also see an error for invalid code. By the way, I think we have set errors, but we don't show them yet. So I think that's also something that we have to don't to forget. So let's say content needs to be valid. I'm just thinking about changing the names here because we're just checking if there is an error. Does this mean it's required? It shows an error. Okay, maybe it's fine. Content needs to be valid. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's copy this here. And let's see, where have we... Yeah, here we're already setting the content with some file. Let's do this here too. And we can use the invalid snippet here as well. So we're setting the name, we're setting the content with an invalid snippet. We are submitting. And we want to see an error called... So do we have just one name? Invalid. Yeah, I think let's keep it like this. Run it and it should fail. Okay, yeah, it fails because we haven't handled the exception yet. Let me see, there are some more comments. Yeah, okay, could be true. But as mentioned in the last videos, I still like to dig into these topics and all those little details, and I don't care if we change it on the way. Typo in the test name. Okay, I hate typos. Let me see. Content field is required. Content needs to be valid. Okay, so we don't see this error now because we are throwing an exception. So we need to handle this exception. So let's go to our code snippets. Code snippets livewire component here. So here we're going to run this. So we need to catch this exception here. Let me think, is there a different location where we could catch it? No, I don't think so. Yes, I'm not a big fan of having here this try and catch inside my submit method. But yeah, I think it's fine. So let's also rename this. I also have a new shortcut for refactoring, of course. So what is it? Oh yeah, here. Formatted content. I have to remember this new shortcut. All right. And now we want to catch it. I'm wondering right now if there's a shortcut as well for try catch. Let me just check. I always, if there are some templates, I want to use them. So let's see our live templates for PHP. Switch. Oh, come on. It's ridiculous. There is none. Throw. Okay, there's no one. Okay. Sorry, guys, we have to create one. So let's call it try catch block. So want to catch. Where do we want our cursor to be? But first, let's select PHP here. And okay, that's interesting. I think I might want to create surround with snippet here, because here we have our selection. I think it's called selection. And then we have here our exception that we want to provide. Then we want to end up here. Okay. Let's try this out. So I select this. I try to think of the surround with. Surround with snippet. Okay, it seems like I changed this. So let's find this out here. Key map. Shift command and S. Here we go. Okay, this was now faster than I thought, so let's try again. So here we have our try catch block. Okay, it seems this is one that already comes with PHP Storm. Because I don't think this is my one. Okay, this is mine. The one that's not working. And it's not working because I think we need to enable reformat code. Yeah, my screen is so big that I can't show you this list in a better way. So am I in live templates? Yeah, so what is this? PHP. Yeah, so that's the one. I want to reformat the code. And then I think it should work. Currently, I was just wondering why the surround with template that I created is down here and not here. Maybe that's just the default ones and I can change this. Okay, that's something for later. But now we want to catch our exception, invalid code exception. And okay, let's get back to our test now. Define variable formatted content. Okay, that's, yeah, because we didn't catch it yet so far. Okay, so what we want to do now is this. Add error. I think that's just it, right? And the message. Okay, have I done this for the other things as well? Okay, the other ones were probably created by Livewire. We just added them to the rules. Okay, let's add some message here. Oh, that's invalid. All right. And yeah, I think we need to return this here. Is there a better way? Because of course I don't want to create it. I think it's complaining because we're not really returning something, but I'm not sure if there's a better way to do this. Okay, PHP unit and my tests are really complaining about this. Okay, we have some more comments. Sorry, guys. So, how about selecting the code, Command Alt T, surround with, try and catch? Okay, so I think you probably wrote this before I created the surround with template. If not, let me know. Yeah, that's PHP Storm. Yeah, it was just in the flow. Sorry, so yeah, it's PHP Storm. If you have any question about this, just let me know. Adrian says it's fine, so then probably it's fine to leave it like this, but still we are, still our test is not working. So let's see, what is he complaining about? I think it was the formatted. Oh no, okay, it really was throwing an error because of this, right? So maybe I think PHP 8 is a little bit stricter here. Could this be the case? Because I'm pretty sure this wasn't an error before. So since we cannot return it like this, can I just return it like this? Okay, it seems like I can. Okay, the test is passing now. That's good. So we have now made sure that the code needs to be valid, and if not, we send an error to Livewire. So, okay, yeah, that's what I've done. Yeah, but I need to have the return, because if not, we will try to create the code snippet. Right, so he would try here to create the snippet, so I need some kind of return. Okay. Okay, this looks good. Let's try this out. So what should happen now? If we try to enter some invalid code, call it new snippet, we shouldn't see it added to our list here. Okay, that's nice. Let me just check here. What was the actually, how did we call the test that we were using? Okay, I think I also want to make sure that we don't see it in the database. So let's copy the one where we have tested this. think it stores code snippet to the database here. And let's call it, it does not store Invalid Code snippet to the database. We're starting fresh, no snippet. We are creating one snippet. And we want to make sure that we still have 0 here, no count of our code snippet database. And we get rid of this. And now here we want to make sure that it's invalid PHP code. So yeah, it's still working with this invalid PHP code, but because we haven't added PHP, we don't get an error about this. So I think that's how the test should be. Okay, it seems good. So Adrian would add the error to the content. I would add the error to the content. So it's easier later to display the error in the UI. Okay, yeah, got it, of course. So what he is referring to is here, we are adding the error to the invalid key, but if we add it to content, then it will be connected to the content field. So the message is code is invalid. So I think I now also want to test that we see this. So that's the first of this kind of test, because we haven't done this for the other rules for any required fields, but now since already doing this here, I want to test this here too. So back inside our test, where do I want to put this? I think might in between here. The content needs to be valid. And it shows error message for invalid content. So we're going to copy this here. We don't want to make this assertion here. I think to make sure we see the message. And the message was called code is invalid. And right now this should fail. Okay, it does, that's good. Mr. Crazy Pants, yeah, great name. Is there a fix for generated source files should not be edited? Is there a fix for generated source files should not be edited? I'm not quite sure what you mean. So a fix like a PHP CS fixer, is this what you mean? A fix for generated source files should not be edited. I'm not sure what you mean. Maybe you can clarify this. Then I can see if I can reply to that. Assert has error. Assert has errors. Okay, I think you probably need to change this here. Invalid has errors. Yeah, okay. I think this is what you meant. The theme color I'm currently using is the base one is called jewel. It's one of those words that I can't pronounce in English. Jewel. Oh, by the way, we don't have any music anymore. Why didn't you tell me? let's shuffle our stream bits here again. So the color scheme that I'm currently using is one that I tried to create myself, and it's called Rios or Rios. I'm not sure yet. It's a test name, but it's based on the jewel. I hate this word already. So Rain Glow by Data Reese has a lot of themes, and one of them is called this one. It's just a little bigger. Yeah, that's pretty much this one, but I changed a few things because I tried to maybe add it to my course, to my mastering PHP store. So I changed a lot of things, and yeah, tried to give it away. But I can definitely recommend this here. And there's this one, and there's also a nice light version, which I also like to use. And there are lots of other themes if you're interested. But it's a little bit outdated, and it's not that easy anymore to add them to PHP Storm, but it's still possible. Do I have a Discord tag or something? I'll put a screenshot. I'm not sure what you mean. I have a Discord account. I'm not sure if I have a specific tag, or maybe the tag is my Discord handle. I think it's then just Christoph Rumpel, like my name. Okay, back to our tests. It shows error message. So, yeah, so this one is failing right now, correct? Yeah, it's failing. Blah, blah. Our code doesn't have this inside. All right, so let's try to bring this in. And code snippets. So that's the view file of our code snippets component. And where we have our content here. So I think I still have this saved here somewhere. Let me just Google it real quick. Okay, it was already the thing that I have seen before, but I wasn't sure about this. So this means if I change this now to content, I think it should already pass. And getting confused here about my new shortcuts. No, it's not. Let me check again. What am I doing wrong here? Code snippet. Okay, this is wrong. So of course we need a good one. So what do we have? Correct formatted code. Okay, still not working. File get content. Fail to open stream. So user size refactoring examples, correct formatted snippet. All right. That's an easy one to fix. Okay, still not passing. So what do we see here? We see an H2 for one code snippet. Okay, I think I might be in the wrong livewire component. Let me check this. So no, this should be correct one. Code snippets. All right, so we are here. We have the name and the content. Okay, so here we have now our text area for the content. If we have any errors, we should put out the message that we get here. So I think this should be correct. So I think it must be about our test. Let me check again. We are testing our code snippets component. We're providing a name. We're providing the content. We call submit. Oh my God, why? Yeah, why did I change this? Of course, I need the wrong one. So it was already right before. Okay. Let's see. I see the snippet. Okay, yeah. I think I know what it is. So we are not logged in, and that's why we don't even see the part of it. So have we done this here somewhere? So yeah, that's what we need to do. So here we need to make sure that we are logged in, because only if we're logged in, we're going to show the snippet where you can provide a new code snippet. So this part here. Okay. Okay, still not working. At least we see now here the form, but we don't see the error. Okay, you guys maybe already saw it. Should be invalid code snippet. Oh, you're absolutely right. How many times can I do this wrong? Crazy. Okay, perfect. Now it's passing. Okay, yeah, you saw it too. Yeah, all of you saw it. Thank you so much. You're amazing as always. And let's make sure that all the tests are passing. That's nice. And let's also try it out ourselves. Code is invalid. Okay, perfect. This is working now. So let's commit this for now. So okay, I think I don't want to commit the PHP.cs cache file. I think, would you normally do this in your git ignore file? I think so. So let's just go through the changes real quick. So here we're adding the error. Okay. What are we doing here? We're using the exception. I'm using a different solution here so that it's bigger for you guys to read, but for me it's pretty annoying here to make it compare. All right. Then our test here, we should. Yeah, we needed to change this. Here we have added a new test and the composer file. Okay. So check provide code snippet for invalid code and show error. All right, we still have our I'm just wondering if those are all from before from our test. I hope so, because normally it should be deleted. Okay, yeah, maybe I think I do this for the next time. It's not that easy to zoom out with because of the solution that I've used, but I think about maybe a closer one for the next time. So yeah, okay, so I wanted to check my ignore file. Ignore. Okay, interesting. I have this already in. That's strange. It still shows me here. Okay, maybe I need to remove it first. So okay, and I did change this as well. Let me check this out too. I'm still trying to get used to the version control features of PHP Storm. It's not always that easy to use, especially when everything is so big, but I want to give this a real try. Okay, so that's just a new file. Okay, I want to have this as well, and we deleted this. Okay. Alright. So I can get rid of the other ones and push this over. Let me just check the time. Okay, it's already almost 6, so 2 hours in again. Not so bad. Let me check our to-do list. So yeah, so we've now been using PHP CS Fixer still for checking of invalid code, but we're now doing it with the dry run. So this was a nice idea. Thanks for providing this idea, Adrian. Yes, I think they only are here because of the DD where we dumped out some code. So our test should still make sure that they are being deleted. Okay. Did I mess something up here? Okay, let's check this out. So seems we're not finished yet. Too early. Okay, did I delete this class? Oh my god. Okay, it seems like we don't have it right now. Yeah, as I mentioned, not yet really comfortable with all the PHP Storm version control features. So let's bring in our exception again. Invalid code exception. Invalid code exception. Okay, let's see. Oh, everything is good again. Okay, nice. So that's the old way, which I normally would use the command line. Bring back invalid code exception. All right, and push it. Yes, I did. Hey, Mr. Crazy Pants. No, sorry, I couldn't check. So I can't check any other code examples or issues here because the live stream is more about what I'm doing here and the project that we are working on. So if you have any questions about this, I'm here to help, of course, but sorry, I can't check any other things on this stream. So there was one thing that I wanted to do. Yeah, so let's get back to this one thing that I wanted to show you. So we've been using now PHP CS Fixer to check for invalid code, but there was a different solution that I had thought about that what I could have used as well. So there is also the PHP dash v flag, which also checks for invalid code. So if I now bring in why don't I have autocomplete here? What's wrong now? Am I in the wrong? Not sure why it's not working, but let's just try it out ourselves. Tests, examples, invalid. Snippet, okay. Okay, sorry guys. That's not for validation, that's just the version. It's L. Yeah, so with the -L, you can also check for valid code of PHP files. And I think this could have been another solution where we would have used this command to check for valid code as well. So I think we still need to make sure and check in the future how the PHP CS Fixer invalid code error behaves, if it's maybe not working for some specific things as well, or maybe it's using this PHP-L under the hood. I don't know, so you will see, but if not, we can give this a try too. Might be useful to oh yeah, this would be useful too. So I don't use too many shortcuts with Git. I just have GS for the status, and I also have GAC for Git add everything and then add a commit message. So that's what I use a lot, but I haven't been using a shortcut for pushing anything. I think it was mostly because I was afraid of things like git push master or something like this, because you could easily push it to the wrong branch. But maybe, yeah, like this one to the current branch, I think this could be a shortcut that could be useful. Git push current. Yeah, maybe let's add this. I think that's a nice one. So where do I have my aliases? Here in my dot files. Git here. Yeah, you see I still have a few. Yeah, so that's my favorite one, nope, to get everything back, reset it hard, and git clean all those files from the stage. So that's nice too. And maybe let's add this here. So alias git push current, right? Yeah, git push current. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Git push origin head. Okay, let's try it out. Git push head. Oh, right. Oh, git push current. Git push current. Git push current. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks. Nice tip. I think that's a useful one too. Personally, I just alias the git push to git push and write out the rest. Yeah, okay, that's nice too. I think it's important to not overdo it with the shortcuts, because if you don't have to think about it for things like pushing, then it could be a problem, and you also forget a lot of those tools. So I try to make some shortcuts, but not for all things. I think you've just pushed cached files. So from I know, I think I deleted them. Let's just check it out. Refactoring PHP. Okay, it seems like I really did. Oh man. Oh, it's storage. That's why I don't find it on the resources. Okay, so let's get rid of all of them. Git remove storage temp. Does it work like that? Okay, this seemed to work. Remove temp files. Git push current. Already used it. So not resource storage. Okay, it seems like I removed them now. So thanks for hinting this out. Seems to be better now. Okay, but yeah, this php.l is also something that I found out today and could have been useful to us too, but for now, I think working with PHP CS Fixer seems to be a nice solution as well. So let's see, what else do we have? So I still want to use some kind of stars or liking code snippets so that you can see which are the most liked ones. And yeah, I think the next time we will work on the design to make this all look much better, because I prefer to do this very early in my project, but for the flow of the process, it's much better if you do it later, of course, so that you can concentrate just on the code itself. Okay, let's check this again. So let's see if we really don't delete those files. So, okay, I think we don't have the folder yet because it was empty. Let's try this. Let's provide some. So now we shouldn't have one, right? Okay, that's interesting. Did I just create this code snippet, or was it one that was invalid? Because I think it should have been invalid. Let's take a look. What's happening here is in our code formatter class. Okay, I see. Thanks for pointing this out. So we are creating the file here, and we've been deleting it down here, but we don't delete it for invalid code. So that's now a problem because now we're throwing this exception, and we stop here. Okay, so what would be a good solution here? Of course, we could delete it here as well. Do I also have here some kind of callback? Nope, so I can't do this here. Okay, I think this means we need to get rid of this here. And need to make an if statement. So if the exit code is 4, then of course we want to throw new invalid code exception. But before this, we also want to delete this. So I think we have to copy this here. And okay, yeah, it's a little bit over time, but I still want to make this work now. So let's start with a test here again. Let's get rid of those things here, and I need to have a test for this. So code format test. So it deletes a temp file which we used. Okay, let's change this here. It deletes the temp file after formatting the code. Okay, and now we need something similar, but it deletes a temp file for invalid code snippet. All right, so we need some invalid code here. You can do this like this, and now we want to make sure that we don't see this file. So this means this test should fail now. Okay. Yeah, invalid code keeps the files. Clean up method, add method to check valid. Okay, we'll come to this in just a minute. So yeah, so this means we are now throwing the exception. Okay. So actually we don't want the exception to be called, right? Or maybe I can just write another test here. expect exception, invalid code exception class. Okay, and I think now we should get to this second check here. Let's see. Okay, so I think what's happening now is that the test is passing, but we know that it shouldn't pass because the file shouldn't be there. So I'm not sure if this is because of this exception. We expect this exception. Do we need to suppress the exception somehow? Still wondering why it's passing. So data provider. Yeah, I think you mean because we already have a lot of test methods and we can do a lot of this with the data provider as well. That's true. Throw if then would be a nice helper or something similar that can accept the callback to run before exception is thrown. Yeah, exactly this. I was thinking about something like this too. So do I fake the storage? Not here. So yeah, I'm faking the temp file, making an assertion that it's empty. Now I'm running the code with some invalid code, running the formatter class, and we expect the exception. Let me just see if I change this. Yeah, so I think we don't even get here, right? So we don't even get to this test here. I think probably because of the exception. We're expecting the exception, so maybe we can test something after expect exception. Okay, what can we do now? So we're throwing the exception. I mean, I could try. I probably could catch the exception here. Try out our new surround again. Oh, come on. This one here. So actually, we don't care what exception it is. I think this should work, right? And then we just move on here like this, okay? Okay, now it's still passing, but now I think it should fit. Yeah, okay, yes, now it does. Okay, so this means, yeah, we have one file that we haven't deleted yet. So let's get back here. Yeah, so I think that's what we just changed now back. And now want to make sure if the exit code is 4. What do we do then? We want to throw the exception. Throw exception. Oh yeah, need the new, okay. And before this, we need to delete it. So I don't like how this looks like now, but first we just want to make sure that it works again. So storage disk, delete the file because of our exception, okay. Let's run this. If I find the correct shortcut. Okay, now it's working. Okay, that's good. So let's come back here. So I'm not happy how this looks like. I think that's from before, right? I think that's not valid anymore. So our format method now gets quite bloated. So I think I'd like to refactor this a little bit. So how could we do this? So for example, I think instead of this here, I think I would like to run something like check if valid. And actually all of this here, I think like this. So let's create a new method here. Private check if valid. Okay, what do we need? We need a string, the file path. And the file name. I think this should work. File path, file name. Okay, let's run this. Okay, this looks good. Let's run all of them. Just to be on the sure side here. All right. This looks much better. Yeah, extraction time. That's the favorite time of me and Adrian. The time when we have all our tests and can have some fun with the code to, make it more beautiful. So we have an unhandled exception here, but I think that's fine. So what do you do? What do you do normally here? Would you add the exception here to the doc block, or would you just leave it? Because yeah, it's not. I don't like that it's underlined like this. Okay, next. Oh no, it's not. It's, Can we do something here? So I still know that we're doing this here 2 times here, and also in the check if valid, we're also here. Deleting this. Yeah, I think I still would do this. So extract method, let's call it delete file. And of course, it's also big that I can't see the signature. String file name. Yeah, I think that's correct. Don't need a doc block. We don't want to return something, and I want to do the same here. looks good. Extracted the lead. Okay, we have done this. And the format. Let me check this too. What are we? Okay, we have no return type. But we also don't return something. Okay. The format. Oh yeah, this. What do we pass in here? The file path. Okay, let's rename this to TMP file path. I think that's better. Okay, and the best thing about this, now we also don't need our comments because now our code is self-explaining. Format. Format temp file. That's what we're doing here, because here we are getting it from the temp file, and now we want to format the temp file. And we're passing in here. I already have forgotten it, but let's see. We need the temp file path. All right. Let's see what our tests are saying. This looks good. What is Adrian saying? Is valid. Get formatted content. Clean up. Let me check this. So is valid. Get formatted content. Yeah, so here we're actually not getting the content. But should we return it? Well, I think we could return it from here as well, right? Yeah. I think this would be better than. So we would get it back here, then we could provide this here. And inside here, we need to make sure that we return this now. So we need the file name here as well. File name. Again, don't have any errors. That's good. And yeah, so we're passing them in here a few times. So yeah, I think it's let's use some properties here. So excuse me, already losing a little bit my voice. So what do we have? A private string called tmp file path, right? This tmp file path. And the same we do for the name. So private string. Let's also change this tmp file name. tmp file name. So this way, I immediately, when I read it, know that this is a temporary file. It's not something that we need later. So this means now tmp tmp file pane, just file name. Okay, this means we could get rid of those and of those. In here, let's get rid of them as well. Here, file path. Here we get the file name from the property now. tmp file name. Here the same. This tmp file name. Okay, yeah, we don't need to pass this in here anymore. What's happening here? Okay, we also don't need those. This tmp. I think it was file path, right? File path, and here again this file name. All right, so let's check again our format method. We are creating here our file name. Then we are putting in this new file with the name and the snippet. Yeah, so we could add this here, but still we need the name, so I think it's fine to leave this here as well. And then we are also setting the path here. Store snippet tmp file. So for this, I'd like to have this comment here, because on the first look, it's not, I don't instantly know what these 3 lines do. I have to read through all of them. So that's why I would keep this comment here. Then we're checking if this is valid. Then we're complaining because our exception. Then we are formatting the code. Let's keep one. And I think we don't need this comment down here, because here we can return the formatting code and we delete the file. So I think that looks good to me. Okay, it seems like I messed something up. Let's see if you have already seen this. Okay, Felix is here. Hey, Felix. Nice to have you here too. So line 18. This should be the path. Oh, yeah. This file name, but I think that wasn't the problem, right? So we can have proper attributes and don't need. Okay, Adrian was thinking of the same. Code with me link. I guess you've used temp file path once instead of temp file name. Yeah. So my brain is already getting a little bit slow. So let's get through them real quick. So I'm putting here a file. I'm using the name. I'm getting here the path. I'm using the name. Okay, let's get down here. I am executing the command. I need temp file path. Okay, I delete the file. I think I don't just need the name here. Delete file. Yeah, I just need the name, file name. All right, I think this probably already was it, but let's go through. Here we use the path again, and then we get by the file name. So yeah, I think this already was the issue. No, it wasn't. Line 18 still. Line 18. Oh, okay, yeah, this is an important one. Thanks again. Okay, so this was Felix was also referring to. All right, I'm glad I have you here. Okay, we see some green. This is much better. That's how we like it. So delete file name doesn't need the file name anymore, so that can be removed as well. So have I already done this? I think I have already done this. If not, let me know. Delete file doesn't need the file name anymore. Okay, so I probably have already done this. Okay. This is what you guys were referring to. Good point. Thanks again. Again, as always, I'm only sure if my tests are passing. This looks good. Whew. Okay, so I'm glad we could fix this as well. So this means now our temp files are being deleted for the invalid code flow as well. So let's see again. Okay, here I know what I changed, and here I think I just changed the name, right? Or did I just delete this? Nope, this looks good. Let me check again. What is he referring to here? So inside the test. I don't see a difference here. Let me go the good old way. Okay, so here I'm passing this, I've been removing this. But I want to check the tests. Okay, we were just renaming it. Yeah, okay, I'm fine with this. Fix PMP file not deleted for invalid code flow. And the new shortcut, git push current. All right. So I think now we can wrap it all up. Any more comments? No. Yeah, so thanks again. I think code formatting is now working almost like expected. And we've also checked for invalid code. So we can delete this man here. Okay, we are making progress, slow, but we're making progress. That's good. So next time, I'm pretty sure I'll go with the design here next time. So I'll just update my to-dos. So yeah, I think next time we are tackling design and try to bring in some probably Tailwind UI components and make everything look a little bit more beautiful than it does now. And yeah, so that's the thing for next time. Yeah, thanks everybody for watching again. So still 5 people here. So thanks again. It was now, again, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Again, a little bit longer than I tried to keep it, but yeah, it is what it is. We can change it. I really like that we found some nice solutions again, wrote some nice tests again. I really like how we did this with the invalid code check. I think that's an interesting one. And yeah, maybe we write our own shell execute package to do the things that we needed for our application here. Okay, that's it for this. I hope you learned something new. Thanks again for being part of this conversation, and yeah, see you the next time. Thanks a lot. Bye.